Welcome to the audiobook edition of Just a Few Miles West of Boring by Bigham Gustafsson. This is a heartfelt and humorous journey into rural life in Happy Valley, Oregon, during the 1950s and 1960s. Follow one family as they leave city life behind to embrace farm life, filled with quirky neighbors, unexpected challenges, and unforgettable adventures. With the majestic Mount Hood as their backdrop, the story celebrates community, resilience, and the enduring human spirit. This audiobook is narrated by Francis, a voice generated by 11 Labs, delivering a warm and engaging performance that brings every chapter to life. Copyright 2025 by Eric Gustafsson. All rights reserved. No part of this audiobook may be reproduced or transmitted in any form without prior written permission. Thank you for choosing to listen. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey just a few miles west of Boring.
Forward. 4 years ago, I was unexpectedly surprised on my birthday with the gift of a newly published book, a labor of love from my son, Jonah. He had taken a manuscript titled, "It's Always Rainy on Wednesday in Seattle," written by my mother, Frances Bigham Gustafsson, about her childhood in Seattle, Washington, and transformed it into a published book through Amazon. When I saw the finished book, I was struck by both the quality of the writing, the editing, and the beautifully published result. Jonah had worked tirelessly for weeks to transcribe the entire manuscript into Word by hand, format it, and upload it to Amazon. I was so moved by this gift and amazed at Jonah's dedication to the task. After seeing his success with that project, I thought about another manuscript she had written, the story of our family's move to a small farm in Happy Valley, Oregon. I brought it up a few times, hoping Jonah might consider publishing it too, but he had plenty of other things on his plate. And the thought of retyping another entire manuscript from paper form may have seemed too daunting. Then, not long ago, I came across that second manuscript in the basement. I knew that if we didn't act now, it might never see the light of day. So I decided to tackle the challenge. With Jonah's help, I learned how to use Python programming and OpenAI to streamline the process and help with proofreading the document, allowing us to avoid the overwhelming task of typing it by hand. As editor, I have taken the liberty to do my best to correct spelling and grammatical errors, reword sections for clarity, and update some things in the book that might be difficult for the current reader to understand. I have also changed some names and identifying factors for some individuals in order to protect their privacy. And now here we are. The pages you're about to read are the result of this recent endeavor. I'm thrilled to share my mother's story with you just a few miles west of Boring, where our family's adventure began. Eric R. Gustafsson, Happy Valley, Oregon, January 2025.
Prologue. To my children, grandchildren, and anyone curious about the story of the Gustafsson family settling in Happy Valley, Oregon, a place our family has called home since 1955, and where many of us remain today. I can't say I've always dreamed of being a writer. There was no burning desire in my heart, no childhood aspiration to tell stories. Even in college, the mere thought of writing a term paper gave me anxiety. One failed grade led to another. Well, you know how that story goes. For years, I didn't even enjoy reading. So if you're holding this book and wondering why Grandma has decided to drop this assignment in your lap, believe me, I understand. But here's my request. Whether you read every word or simply skim through, please don't discard it. Keep it in a warm, dry place. Someday, you, or perhaps one of our descendants, might feel curious about their roots. They might be surprised to discover that life existed before computers, and that Grandma, who was introduced to machinery with a Model T Ford in 1917, eventually mastered operating a computer just to write this book. If you ever find a missing page or an untold ending, and I'm no longer here to fill in the blanks, I encourage you to consult Freya, Sig, or Eric. They lived the Happy Valley story too. Just be ready for some variation in their accounts. That's the beauty and complexity of family memories. Writing about family is no small undertaking, especially for someone like me, who doesn't always navigate sensitivities with finesse. My hope is that this book will be received in the spirit in which it was written, with love, honesty, and a touch of humor. My only regret is not finishing this story while Dad was still with us. I know he would have given his blessing to this project. He was that kind of man. In loving memory of Dad, Corey Adolph Gustafsson, August 21st, 1903, December 28th, 1993. Francis Bigham Gustafsson, 2003.